Alright folks, GraphTanker98 here. Welcome back to my channel. This is my part 2 of my tutorial special I'm making. So if you watched my last video, we woke up, we logged into the game, got out of the bed in the station, successfully navigated around the station, picked up our first courier mission, okay? Showed you some basic controls. And then now we're going to, we got our cargo onto the ship. I requested the ship, got the cargo on the ship, and now we're going to go ahead and fly to the destination. As you can see here, my ship's still parked here at the exact same spot from the last video. And my cargo's still on the back. So we're going to go ahead and load up on here. If you look right here, cargo's still sitting back here. We're going to close the door. So the first thing you're going to want to do when navigating and getting out of a station is you're going to go to your pilot seat. So this is the pilot seat, and this ship is the left side, actually. You can see where the sticks are. So to get into your seat, you're going to go ahead and, like we showed you earlier, F key, and see a little cursor, just click on your seat there. You're gonna get right in. Okay, so first thing you have to do is power up. So to power up your ship with a hotkey is the R key. R key's powering up. Okay, we're powering up now. Ship is powering up. Alright, so now we want to take off. So you don't have to always do this, but you can always request to permission to undock and leave a station. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can hold down your R key, right? And you can cycle through the menu right here. You see the menu key right here? You hit your menu and go to your comms. And you can cycle right here. Green Imperial Landing Services. That's the station we're at. And you just click the little Wi-Fi looking key right there. Boom. It'll do it, right? If you wait there.
You are clear to launch.
See? He acknowledged us, the AI. Or a much faster way to do this, honestly, is you just hit the F1 key, right? Like we talked about earlier. You go to your comm link, the first tab right here, hit comm link, hit contacts, and it shows up right there. See it? Imperial Landing Services, and just click it. Boom.
You are clear to launch.
See? Yep, that's the much faster way. Hit your F1 key to get out of it. All right, so now we are ready to take off. So powering your ship works strange. Right now, if you look right here, if you see where I'm circling, that's where your power is set to. So this line is where you can adjust that with your middle mouse button, your scroll wheel when you're in your ship. That's what moves that line up and down, okay? Up on the scale for how much thrust and speed you're going to have in any direction, okay? So right now, cruise control is set to off. Cruise control is the C key, right? You hit the C key, and you notice the arrow pops up now? Look. That's just automatically gonna thrust you in any direction, okay? That's gonna give you constant speed of thrust, right? So right now we're in the station. We're gonna go ahead and turn that off. So now we have to actually hit the WASD keys to give thrust, and it'll only go to that level. So I'll show you right now. Keep my cursor in the middle, and we're gonna thrust up. So to give upwards thrust, vertical thrust is the space bar. See? Okay. There we go. Now centering your reticle there. That's very important, okay? You can turn that off by hitting the R key, okay? This makes it when you hit the R key while you're in flight, it basically locks your cursor, right, and non-gimbals it. That's what I call it. It locks it, so you're just flying exactly where you're looking straight ahead. I like to leave it unhooked right there, so I'm gonna hit R key again. Boom. There, hit it twice, and now I can freely move. And when you have gimbaled weapons, that's where your weapons are looking. Okay. So we're gonna fly away now. So right now we're going to go to our location. We're gonna kind of look towards it. Maneuver my ship around. There it is. So we're gonna head this way. So forward thrust. See that, gentlemen? And then when I let go of it, since it's not in cruise control, my thrust is going to start to degrade and go down, okay? So if you hit the C key again, it's going to automatically, you don't have to push anything, it's just going to give you that thrust, okay? This going back before and forth between the two is helpful, okay? You're going to be using both modes, okay? So if you see again, bro, right now I can move it faster. Watch. I'm going to move my scroll wheel forward. And look how the line goes up with the arrow, the cruise control. It's going to give you all the max thrust it can up to that max level. Or I can bring it back down. I'm scrolling down, back down to this level. It's going to go to... And then, of course, if I hit the cruise control, C button, it's just going to degrade again and go back to 0. Unless I give it thrust with the W key. Or sideways thrust. You know, we have strafing, left and right, up, down. Now, to go down, right, is the left control. See that? Your reference marker right there will go up and down depending on which way you're moving. See that? All right, see how that tells you kind of which way you're going. Okay, one last thing. The landing gear. Landing gear is the N key. If you look right here, this lets you know your landing gear is down. I'm circling it right here. That's your landing gear. You can hit your N key. It's going to raise it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back into cruise control. Give it this medium thrust. Kind of cruising around here. Okay. So as we're flying around, say you want to look on the outside of your ship to see if you have damage or anything. You hit the F4 key. F4, right? And you can look. But if you move your mouse, you're tethered, so you're going to turn. So you can hit your to unlock that free floating camera view. You can hit the Z key. See? Now you won't change your direction, but you can freely move your mouse around and look at your ship. Let's see. Okay, there's a ship. Okay, so to get back into that locked mode, Z, F4, go back to the cockpit. Okay, so now we want to deliver our box, okay? We're going to deliver our box. We're going to have to go to the star map to lock in that direction, okay? So we're going to go to F2 key, gets to your star map. F2. Okay, so sometimes you see like it looks dark like this. Well, that's just because it's zoomed all the way in space. So just zoom out with your mouse, your middle mouse wheel. Okay. Oh, there you go. See how you see that now? Now, if you don't know where you are, you can always just click this targeting button up here. We'll center it on you. You zoom out. Okay, so Grim Hex, that's our location of the box, which is our location of your delivery. So you're gonna have to keep zooming all the way out. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Zoom out from that station. See how big it is? This is a whole full star system. So if you look, if you hold down your left mouse button, it kind of rotates around your current location. If you hold down your right mouse button, you can move your map around. So we want to look at this map. We're going to single click this. Okay. We're going to zoom in. Now it's sending us to the system, but we're actually going to deliver it here. So sometimes you have to be careful on that. So click that. We're going to go to delivery, drop off at this Walla location, and then you go up here. See how it's dotted lines? Set the route, green. Boom. So it looks like it's going to try and make us go to the comm array beacons, right? Before we can just go straight here. So we'll see what happens with that. So we're locked in now to go to the right spot. So now let's hit F2. Okay, so now we're traveling along. So now we want to go to Quantum Drive. Quantum Drive is gonna get us there at basically light speed, or whatever the speed is. So to spool up the quantum engine, B key. Hit the B key now. There, it's spooling up. If you look on the left side, it's spooling up there, as you can see. Okay. Now, in order to engage the drive, we have our target locked in the middle of the screen there. That's where we want to go because we set the route. So we're going to go ahead and hit the B, hold it down. There we go. Auto travel is engaged. Okay, folks. Now, this is going to take a minute to travel there, okay? Hopefully we don't get interdicted, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this next scene. I'm going to cut straight to arrival. See you in a second. All right, we are approaching our destination, as you can see. All And we have now made it to where we need to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up to the trick here at this point. Okay, we need to get here, not to that planet. So we're gonna go ahead and hit our B key. Okay, and since we already set that route, it should highlight for us to go to. Okay, we'll spool up the engine, and we'll hold B key again. We were interdicted, so we're gonna go ahead and. Are we getting shot at? Let's go see what's going on here. You can always do space break. These guys want to inspect us. Okay, so I hit the space break with the X key. So your X key will basically put a space brake on. X key, if you hold it too much, it'll overheat your engines. So you want to use it sparingly. Okay, so they didn't. I guess they're done with me. So we're gonna go and continue on to our location. That's security forces. Okay, they'll interdict you and inspect your cargo every once in a while. So we're gonna go ahead and just continue on. B key, click. Spool up the drive. And hold down, engage. Sometimes those guys just want to flex on you, they just want to inspect you, but that's AI, so. Alright, we're arriving soon. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like we are on the other side of the planet. Oh, I hope this is not a manual flight issue. We'll see here in a second. Yeah, it looks like we might be hurting here, folks. So let's check the map. We're gonna go F2. We'll zoom out a little bit. Go to our location. Okay, so it looks like yeah. So this is another one of those unmarked locations. So it looks like we're gonna have to manually fly to this thing again. So yeah, so we're gonna have to look where it is on the planet here. So yeah, we're on this side in orbit. So we're gonna have to fly around. This is one of those. Not all the locations are like this. A lot of the locations, like the main ports, you can lock and auto fly to. This one is not going to let us do it, it looks like. Clear route, bring it in again. Yeah, so we might be out of luck on this one, folks. So we're going to go ahead and just have to fly manually. So the best way to do it is stay high altitude. Okay, so let's get out of here. So we're going to have to go full speed on this. We're going to stay high altitude on this. Go ahead. So your Q and your E key, right? Your Q and your E is your roll, okay? It's important to remember. Sometimes it's useful. I don't use it all that much, but it's useful to know. So we can look around here. Yeah, we're getting there pretty quickly. So just remember, we need to use your Q and your E key. Remember when you're doing this, when this happens to you, stay in the high orbit, okay? It'll be much faster. 629K to go. Wow. But if you go down to the planet and try to do this, you're going to be flying all day. So that's just one key. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to get till we get to this point. I'll let you know when we get close. So this is the problem with some of these missions that are off the grid, that you have to fly to them. But it looks like we're getting there, decent speed, high orbit. Okay, so one more thing to remember: boosting your engines. Boosting with the shift, left shift, can also overheat if you hold it too much, but it does give you a little bit of, it does give you a little bit of, it does give you a little bit of speed, depending on the ship. Okay, so while we're waiting to fly it this way, if you look, hold your F key down, you can look around on your ship a little bit. You can see some of the options you can do around inside the cockpit when you're flying around. So you have your switches, right? Your power off, engine off, all these different types of manual switches you can click. You have down here, you have all these different, you can select these, you can customize these menus to any function, right? So you can set it to anything. I can put that to the heat, which I had it on already. Over here's my shields, your power, right? Over here is actually my shields, but my ship status. And you can select all these different things. You can over here is how to reset your shields, okay? And you can zoom in with your middle mouse button. You can set your go to my location, right? You can radar scale, nav scale. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? Right on your middle map there. Radar. I usually leave it at radar scale. Okay, we're just flying around here a little bit still. Trust me, this is faster than going down to the atmosphere. Look look at that sun coming out over the horizon of the planet. Look at that. Just look at that. It's gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna fast forward to the where we actually get to the location. But real quick, let's do a look at that. Let's look at the graphics. This is alpha game. Look at this. This is alpha, and look how good it looks already. You know what I'm saying? This is like not even close to being finished, this game. And just imagine the detail that we have in it already. So, you know, whenever it does come out, I think it's going to be really special, really awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, this is taking a while. Sometimes that chat will pop up. Remember, like I said in the last video, just go ahead and hit the F12. All right, I'm going to fast forward. All right, so folks, you see what I just did there? I took a beacon array that's on that I can auto lock to, and I got lucky by having one pop up, and I quantum traveled to it, and it put me on the other side of that planet what we wanted. So now, guess what? We can fly straight down. We just saved us a bunch of minutes right there. So now we're just gonna fly straight down to the spot. Do a little boosting there. I don't want to overheat the engines though. Now we have to be careful coming in with the ship. The ship's a larger ship, so gravity does take a toll on things. So when we start getting into the atmosphere, I'm gonna slow it down. It should start slowing down for us anyways. So we're kind of fly down, straight ahead. G-forces affect you in this game, folks, so just remember that. That's me boosting. Now, the cool thing about this traveling is you're going to start hearing as soon as you start hitting air or atmosphere. Now, is this a moon? If this is a moon, it might not give us that. Planets with atmospheres, they start getting sound when you get close to them. Okay, I'm gonna start slowing it down now. I'm gonna start slowing down the speed. Because we're gonna be coming in hot. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just take it to 0. Throttle to 0 right now. You will come crashing into these things, folks. Just gonna let you know. We're at 30 Ks away. This is going to be a little junky outpost in the middle of nowhere. We're going to have to manually land. So you'll see right now how we do it. We'll do landing on not at an outpost. We'll do regular landing or at a station. So at around 30 K away from your target, I would say cut your throttle to 0 or low. You can always bring it back up. And also, what I like to do is I like to take it off cruise control. And you manually give it thrust. You're starting to be able to see it now. Just remember, on actual established stations and outposts, you can warp straight to them. So you're not going to have to do all this. These are off the grid, so you have to fly manually to these. Hopefully they'll fix that and you can set waypoints. And you can warp to those specific waypoints. Maybe it's an upgraded computer, navigation computer type thing, get to buy. But I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Alright, we're coming in. I'm going to come in at an angle here so I can level off, and then we're going to land. But just look at the scale of this planet. Look how big it is. We'll go ahead and lower the gear. N key.
Landing gear down.
Hopefully this little instructional video has helped you guys out to figure out what to do. Okay, now we're coming in at about 2,500 meters. I'm leveling off. I let off the throttle. Get a little more. Your ship will automatically hover. Now just remember, if you come in too fast, the gravity will suck you in. But the gravity's not too bad on this. Is a moon, it looks like. So I'm gonna set right there. There's rocks and junk, so I'm gonna have to be careful where I come in. Okay, so now I'm gonna park it right here. Level off. Bring it in. You can just keep thrustering it a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now, landing gear is down. Left control. Bring it on down. And that's it. We made it. Touchdown. All right, folks. So here you can do a couple things. You can hold your F key, right? You can power off your engines. Engines off. Or basically you can just hit your Y key and it powers off for you and you get out of your chair. So Y key. All right. So now we're going to go turn in our delivery. Right? We have our spacesuit on already. So we're going to go ahead and... Why is it not open? There it goes. Open the door. Grab our package. And we're going to head on out into the void here. Well, I guess I got it parked a little closer, but that's fine. You guys can see. So we actually just seamlessly flew from one system to another. Look at this. There's my ship I was in, and we're going to deliver this stupid little cargo to this little random outpost here. That's just only one aspect of the game. There's combat, there's piracy, there's bounty hunting, there's all, and this is just the alpha, folks. This is a testing version of this game, and just look at it. I mean, just look at it. I mean, it's been in the works for years, so I'm not going to get into the controversy on the backing and if you back it or not or whatever you. Oh, I guess there is that. No, there's no atmosphere here. Is there? Doesn't look like you can get in here. Okay, well. There's a little trading computer there. All right, so we're going to go up to the kiosk, right, and drop off. This is a mangy little station here, isn't it? All right, we're just going to go up to that. Hold down your F key, place, click that, left click, boom, and it's delivered. We are delivered. And we'll wait for a message up top, right? We delivered to the Samsons and Sons Salvage Center. And wait for our credits to post. And here we go. 7,694 credits are in our system. You can verify it. You can look your credits. Yep, definitely I got more. So that's current balance I have right now. Okay. And as you can see, he delivered it and we successfully completed that delivery mission. So real quick, folks, real quick. What I'm going to do right now, before we log off and finish this video, if you just quit the game, if you log off the game when you're not in your bed, in your ship, you will start off at the nearest system or the last system you're at in a bed. It glitches out. It doesn't always work properly, but I'll show you right now. I'm going to get in my ship, open my door. Get up in that. Oh, climbing that ladder is automatic most of the time. So there's a little trick here. I'm gonna take off in space real quick. There's no station to call to leave here. So R key, power up. Already powered up. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take off. Oh, I turned the engine off before. That's right. I heard the engines. So we got engine on.
Engines on.
Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and just take right off. Now altitude is tricky sometimes. You get before you can cruise control, C key. Just gonna fly straight up. Oh, I left my back open. Oops. See, I didn't know that. I thought it closed automatically. So, guess what? We need to go and... There's actually a... Close exterior right there. There. That close. It's closing. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So right now we're climbing. I think when we get that weird little grid thing that just popped on our screen, I think that means we're good to go to start quantum traveling around. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna park right here in space. Just kind of hover over this planet. Look back down at it real quick. I'm gonna park right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut engine power. I'm gonna cut engine. Well, I want to space brake us here and have us stop. Go ahead and raise the gear. All right. So one more thing before we get off the game here for this video, this tutorial. I'm gonna show you how to save in your bed in your ship, and when you log back in, you'll be right back in that same location. So if we can get this ship to kind of stop moving. We're like still traveling upwards. You see that? can counteract. You can counter-react things. There you go. Cut that. All right, we're at 0. So I'm gonna cut the engines off.
Engines off.
I'm gonna get out of my seat. Now I don't know if it matters if we cut the power. I'm gonna leave the power on. So Y key. Look, getting out of our seat. Look, we are basically in space right now. We are in space, so we can actually do this even. Watch. We're floating in atmosphere. I can open this door and look around. Look, we can. Isn't this crazy? So I don't want to fly off in space. I don't have a jetpack or nothing. I think you can get those later. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, good. Whew. You can float around your ship. Luckily. But if you have a regular flight suit, you can't do that. So I can like fly around the outside of my ship in my suit. Pretty cool, huh? Ooh, I haven't actually did this yet, so you're seeing this for the first time on camera. So we're gonna go ahead and get back on. Whoa, that was weird. All right, so let's close this up. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna save. So this is how you log off. This is the best way to log off. Okay, if you don't want to go back to a station every time, you're gonna write F shift on a bed. Oh, it looks gonna make me go to the bunk bed. Okay, that's fine. You're gonna go ahead and get in your bed. This armor I'm wearing, I had to buy it separately. We're gonna show you guys that later. In the next tutorial, go into a main port and how to navigate some of the shops. That's the next tutorial. Okay, so now we're laying in bed. You're gonna hold your F key, and you're gonna look where it says log out. All you're gonna do is click that, and then when you log back into the game, you're gonna be in bed in the same spot above the same planet. Okay, now the game is not guaranteed to happen. Sometimes the servers time out and there's still glitches because it's alpha testing, but that's how it's supposed to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and log out in this video, and stay tuned for the next tutorial, folks. We're gonna go over some shops at stations and look at some equipment. All right, so if you like this content, go ahead and like and subscribe to me. Star Citizen is just gonna keep coming because this game is only getting better at this point. If you had any hesitation on whether or not to buy in, I would still say wait if you're not a if you're not a hardcore space sim enthusiast. I would wait. If you love space sims and you have to have every single space sim that comes out and you haven't bought into this yet, this is the time you can do it. The game's playable. I mean, I'm a hardcore space sim guy, so I bought in way early, just like I did for Elite Dangerous. So, but that's me. But if you do, you won't be disappointed at this point. It's pretty playable, fun game, and the update's coming around the corner. The next update. So, stay tuned for more Star Citizen from GraphTanker98. All right, talk to you later, folks.